Duncan Davidson is back with us. He's a partner at Bullpen Capital. I feel like you're often more of a, what do we say, Duncan, like you poo-poo. So the fact that you're more rah-rah on the IPO pipeline makes me hopeful.
Well, you say that because last year you had me on for Reddit, and I said it's not going to start a wave. It did really well, which I thought it would. This year, though, I'm cautiously optimistic that ServiceTitan is going to start the wave. So fingers crossed. Why? What has changed? Well, everything seems different now in VC. There was 3 years of down. Last year was more about separating winners and losers. But this year, the people really are looking for exits. So besides the IPO window, we've also got the FTC head, the woman I call Darth Khan because she kills big tech M&A. So the VCs are hopeful she goes, and she will go, and the new head will allow the big companies to start buying things again. And that leads to all kinds of exits, both IPO and M&A.
Exactly.
That's why we're more optimistic this year.
Well, this is so interesting because while I love all you dear VCs, I don't really care as much about the deal making. I want IPOs. I want IPOs. And now I could take, though, the argument, and I've heard this argument made, that if there's no kind of path to some kind of acquisition in a way that diminishes even the excitement around an IPO, right? Like you just want there to be a lot of different options for bringing this thing out to the public. Maybe it becomes part of a tie-up down the road. So I think, and we'll see what the new FTC is actually like, but who do you think is going to be kind of first out of the gate?
I think it might be Chime. I know Stripe's also filed and a few others, but Chime is a wonderful company, probably a $25 billion value. I would look for them to get out quickly. Another one is Cerebras, which is this AI chip company, and we all love AI chip companies. And they have a new idea, and so I hope they get out. They're doing a complete wafer functioning chip, system on a chip, so to speak, which is a difficult thing to do. If they get that done, they'll be a hell of an offering.
I'd like to see them all come out. Why do you think, and I go back to, who was it, Databricks, who did that like $10 billion private raise? I mean, and others who are trying to find ways to, give liquidity to employees. Why not just go public? The market I don't understand how it could not have been receptive this year. The S&P was up 30%. People were hungry for tech. All the IPOs did pretty well. Like, what is everyone waiting for?
You have to accept that the U.S. government, in its wisdom after 2000 dot-com bubble, really screwed up the IPO business. It just made it expensive and difficult and not at all what it used to be. And it hasn't gotten any better. And no change has been made. In fact, there's new regulations that keep on getting thrown at this whole ecosystem. So I do think having a deregulatory-oriented SEC or government and FTC is going to help people want to go public and not to suffer. Because what's happened is they've come up with alternative ways to take the benefit of being public without being public. They found ways to get liquidity to employees with stock options without being a public company. So, a market always finds a way around all the rocks and obstacles.
Right.
So if we get rid of some of them, we can go public again.
And I didn't mean to cut you off. Who else, because I like how the list you were starting to give us, who else do you think is going to be candidates to emerge into the public eye next year?
Well, Stripe is one everybody's been waiting for. That'd be huge. StubHub's another. And there's a company called Klarna, which our venture fund is a small interest in, very small, that might get out as well. Those are some of them. You can see a theme here, a lot of fintech as opposed to SaaS, which I think makes sense for opening up this market.
Are you bearish on SaaS?
No, it's just that the SaaS multiples, even though they've come up a bit, are not very good. So why take your company out when the multiples aren't going to be exciting? So you're looking for markets. Fintech's also had a big push down in multiples, but it's coming back. So that's what the VCs look for. They don't want to take the company out prematurely with a bad multiple. Let's wait till the market is really receptive to the category.
All right, Duncan saying ServiceTitan was the biggie. What a great story, too. Their guys are working, I think, with their dads in construction, and then they start the software business, and great reception. But I guess that's SaaS.
Well, I'll say this, too, about ServiceTitan. It's losing money. It's very promising when a tech IPO is losing money and gets a really good reception in the public market. That's a good thing.
Oh, we're back to normal, and it feels so
exactly. We hope so. We want to be back to normal. Anyway,
Duncan,
Happy New Year. Let's all hope it's a good one.